Imagine standing atop a remote mountain plateau where the earth meets the heavens, and the only sound is the whisper of the wind. In this sacred place, a ritual unfolds as baffled outsiders for centuries. A body is laid bare to the open sky, given not to fire nor to the earth, but to the vultures above. This is a Tibetan Sky Burial, a practice both unsettling and profound, a rite that challenges everything we think we know about life, death, and the soul's journey beyond. Some see it as brutal, others as a supreme act of wisdom. But what if this ritual holds a secret, one that has been hidden from the modern world, buried beneath layers of misconception and mystery? Today, we unravel the truth behind Tibetan sky burials, exploring the spiritual philosophy that gave birth to this practice, the cosmic significance of returning the body to the sky, and the deeper lessons it holds for those of us still walking the earth. This is not just a funeral tradition. It is an initiation into mysteries of impermanence, ego dissolution, and the great cycle of existence itself. What you are about to hear may change the way you see death, and perhaps even life itself. To understand a Tibetan sky burial, we must first enter the world from which it emerged, a world shaped by ancient Buddhist philosophy, the harsh Himalayan landscape, and an unshakable reverence for the cycle of existence. In Tibet, where the ground is often too hard to dig graves and trees too sparse for cremation, the people sought a solution that aligned with both their environment and their deepest spiritual beliefs. Sky burials, or Jhator, meaning giving alms to the birds, are not merely practical. They are a reflection of the Buddhist concept of impermanence, the idea that nothing is fixed and all things are in a constant state of change. The body is seen not as a possession, but as a temporary vessel, a borrowed form that, in death, should be returned to the natural world without attachment. This practice also stems from the Tibetan Book of the Dead, Bardo Thodol, a sacred text that describes the transition of consciousness after death. According to Tibetan Buddhist teachings, the soul does not reside in the body after death. Instead, it embarks on a journey through the Bardo, an intermediate state between death and rebirth. The physical form, now an empty shell, holds no importance. By offering it to the vultures, the deceased enacts their final act of generosity, allowing their flesh to sustain another life. Thus, the cycle continues. However, Tibetan sky burials go beyond philosophy. They are a carefully orchestrated ritual performed by specialized monks known as Rojayapas. These practitioners, trained in the sacred rites of death, prepare the body meticulously, reciting prayers and mantras to guide the spirit toward liberation. For those who witness it, the ritual is not morbid, but a profound reminder of the transient nature of all things. And yet, despite its deep spiritual roots, this practice remains shrouded in secrecy, misunderstood by outsiders and often hidden from the public eye. Why has it remained so enigmatic? What deeper truths does it hold about the nature of existence? To uncover these answers, we must venture deeper into the process itself, the sacred steps, the hidden meanings, and the cosmic forces at play. A Tibetan sky burial is not a mere disposal of a body. It is a sacred rite performed with great care and spiritual precision. Each step holds deep symbolism, guiding both the living and the departed toward enlightenment. The preparation before the ceremony. Monks perform purification rites and prayers to bless the body and sever any lingering attachments to the soul. Family members may participate in chanting, offering their final goodbyes. The journey to the burial site, the body is carried to a designated sky burial site, often a remote mountaintop. These locations are carefully chosen, away from villages, and are considered spiritually charged places where the earthly and divine realms meet. The offering to sky, the Rojayapas, or burial masters, take over. They prepare the body by making specific incisions to facilitate the offering. Mantras are recited, and the corpse is placed on a sacred stone platform. The arrival of the vultures, revered as sacred birds, descend upon the body. In Tibetan tradition, these birds are seen as dakinis, celestial beings who guide souls to the afterlife. Their consumption of the body is considered a final act of generosity from the deceased. The final rituals once the body has been consumed. The bones are collected, ground into a fine powder, and mixed with barley flour to feed smaller creatures. This ensures that no part of the body is wasted, completing the cycle of life and death. Through this process, the deceased achieves ultimate detachment, merging back into the vast, interconnected web of existence. The body is given back to nature, and the soul is free to continue its journey. While outsiders may perceive sky burials as gruesome, they carry profound lessons about life, death, and ego dissolution. By witnessing the body reduced to nothing, one confronts the illusion of self. The Tibetan belief in impermanence is fully realized in this act, reminding us that clinging to the material form is futile. Generosity beyond death. The act of offering one's body ensures that even in death, one continues to give, reinforcing the Buddhist ideal of compassion. Overcoming fear. Sky burials strip away the fear of death, showing it not as an end, but as a transition, an inseparable part of existence. In a world obsessed with preservation of youth, legacy, and physical form, the Tibetan Sky Burial stands as a radical act of surrender. It is a lesson in letting go, a ritual that dares us to see death not as something to be feared, but as an extension of life itself. The Tibetan Sky Burial is not just a funeral rite. It is a sacred philosophy woven into a single, unforgettable ritual. It challenges our perceptions of death and offers a perspective that is at once humbling and enlightening. In the end, we are not our bodies. We are not our names, our achievements, or our fears. We are fleeting moments in an endless cycle, moving through the cosmos like whispers in the wind. Perhaps the real question is not whether we are ready to accept this ritual, but whether we are ready to embrace its message. What do you think about this ancient practice? Does it challenge your perspective on death and impermanence? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into Tibetan philosophy, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more eye-opening videos. See you in the next one.